What's approaching the supreme moment, reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? All right, let's go ahead and get started again with another unit to test out. This is going to be the super strength Goku GT version, and this guy, I'm sure a lot of people were surprised when his stats were released before the banner came out. I mean, he is actually a very decent unit. Before we get started in the details, I gotta shout out the Japanese national football team for almost pulling the upset of the tournament and probably in the history of the World Cup. Almost beat the powerhouse Belgium. I mean, Belgium is one of those teams that I expected to easily make it to the semifinals, so the fact that they were 2-0 at some point in the game, pretty crazy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Leader skill for this guy, super strength type, +2 key, HP attack and defense, 90% increase. So nice that they're starting to revamp the leader skills a little bit more closer to, you know, the better units or featured category leads or type leads. Super attack, he does cause immense damage and also greatly lowers defense. Passive skill is very nice, 120% increase to attack and defense increases 30% when performing an SA. Ki will also increase by 3 when facing only one enemy. Let's cover the links a little bit. He's got All in the Family, that's 15% to defense. Saiyan Lineage, +1 Ki. Saiyan Warrior Race, 700 increase to attack. Experienced Fighters, 10% increase to attack. Prepare for Battle, +2 Ki. GT will add +2 Ki, and then Fierce Battle, 15% increase to attack. So he falls into two categories, Pure Saiyans and Full Power. So the first part of this video, you're going to see him on a Full Power team, and then on the second half, it'll be the Pure Saiyans category. Alright, so for the stats overall maxed out at Rainbow status, HP is at 13,811, attack is 13,681, and defense is 9,116, 12 key multiplier being 150%. So pretty nice overall unit, and the fact that his passive will increase attack by 120% is pretty nice, and that makes a lot of a difference. So similar to the full power or ultra full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, for this full power category team, he is going to be linked up with the Tech Vegito just because of, you know, the link skills, as well as Vegito's passive 30% increase attack will help out a lot. And you'll see different units in the mix too that share, you know, link skills like Experienced Fighters and you know, Fierce Battle and that that sort of stuff. Like GT will be another link that he does share with a few units, but All in the Family is also another link skill that could complement his defense increase of 30%. I mean, you're talking about a 15% increase to defense on top of the 30% as part of that passive, so that could definitely help out with the defending part. So yeah, this guy definitely does hit pretty decent. Granted, against the Shenron Dokkan battle, he had quite a bit of a damage bonus, but still, within other events, I mean, he's doing pretty well. This is actually probably one of the units that surprised a lot of people when he came out, considering how decent of an option he is. And I mean, he does fine on both Full Power and Pure Saiyans. So if you didn't pick up the Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Super Tech version, the running this guy on a Pure Saiyans team it'll work just as fine. I mean, if not better. So yeah, he's versatile enough to be able to function on both teams, and he'll do just fine. So yeah, back to the World Cup game. After this recording, I'm probably going to be watching the rerun of it because unfortunately I was at work, and yeah, can't really watch that shit at work, so I'll have to catch up on that, even though I know what the final result is. Yeah, I'm sure it was a very good game, so I guess, you know, I don't know how many of you guys are, you know, soccer fans or, you know, watching the World Cup, whatever. Yeah, I mean, who do you expect to make it to the finals, and who's going to win the World Cup? I mean, there's a couple teams, you know, like Belgium definitely I expect to see in the semifinals. You know, I think they probably have an edge over Brazil. I like Brazil, but I don't know if they're going to be able to beat Belgium now that we know who's playing what. France is definitely a slept-on team too. I mean, they've got a pretty good team too. So yeah, a lot of teams have been knocked out already that were expected to make it pretty far. So it's definitely been an interesting World Cup, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of it before before it even started, it was just crazy, right? Like Italy didn't make it, Netherlands didn't make it, the US didn't make it, so like a lot of teams didn't even make the World Cup. So it's been crazy since the start, but I'm glad it's here and all the games are on right now, because you gotta wait 4 years for that shit, you know. So enjoy every second of it, I guess. All right, so back to this guy. Yeah, he's definitely very good, and the super attack animation is pretty nice too. I actually like that. All right, so probably wrapping this up on the full power team, and then is gonna switch over to the Pure Saiyans. The Pure Saiyans team is a little bit more versatile because the options you have within that category. Yeah, you can build a much more versatile team, mainly revolving around support type units. They're not strictly support units, but you know, they've got that built-in support, you know, function within their stats, like, I don't know, attack increase for all allies and that sort of thing. So it definitely makes it a little bit more easier in terms of team building. Like you see there, Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, and then the Super Saiyan 3 GT Goku, who's also a very good unit to link up with the I mean, I'm not gonna call him Kid Goku, but you know, the kid form GT Goku is, you know, they link up pretty well together. So you'll see it alternate between the Bardock unit and the Goku unit, in terms of, you know, who's linking up with the I guess I'm gonna have to call it Kid Goku to avoid confusion, but you know, you've got other units like the Kabe unit, 40% increased attack for all allies, plus like increase toward ki, so very good support unit, and he does fall into the Pure Saiyans category, even though like links wise he doesn't link that well with the Goku unit, but that passive will help out a lot. So like I said, definitely a little bit more versatility within the Pure Saiyans category than the full power, but you know, as more time goes on, I'm sure more units are going to be available within the full power category. So, you know, it's just the start of that category. So, you know, there's a lot to happen, I'm sure, in the future. So the link with Bardock would be really nice had, you know, HP been below, you know, 70%. You're talking about an extra 40% increase toward allies for attacks, so you know, you'd see definitely a boost there, but unfortunately in this case you weren't able to see it. So again, like, you know, support units do help out a lot. You're talking about, for this rotation, it's 33% from Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and then 40% from the Kabe unit. So yeah, it's a substantial amount if you really think about it. And then, you know, the Turles unit can provide 40% increase attack as well. There are, you know, other units within this category, I'm sure, that can help out. So definitely nice. And you know, the full power team is not bad by any means. I mean, you could run a pretty good team with that too. I guess the question is, how far along the way is Global gonna get this banner? You know, it literally just came out in JP, I know that, but you know, at the same time, like, you've had, you know, adjustments in the schedules for banner releases. So I think, what was it, like Ultra Instinct Goku came out a lot sooner, or like the mastered form came out a lot sooner than your typical schedules. So like, they pretty much bypassed a lot of Dokkan festivals before they even got to them. So yeah, it's hard to say when exactly that's gonna happen, but probably closer toward year end, I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean, that's my guess. I mean, Global's definitely a far ways away from this banner showing up. So not doing too much against the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks unit, but you know, they do have a hell of a damage reduction, so that much is expected. we'll see how the defense is here against the super attack, since, you know, yeah, 23,000. So that 30% definitely tends to make a difference a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he had type advantage in that situation, but at the same time, 26,000 in damage, you know, applied is virtually nothing. You know, given the HP levels nowadays in the game. So not quite to the 2 million power output potential mark, but very close. I mean, you just saw there 1.9 million, and for this guy to be putting out that level of damage potential, that is pretty ridiculous.